taking a look back on the account, I went ahead and generated an invoice so that we could take a look at receiving payments as well as credits and the balance on this account. So as you can see, we have a invoice that we just created for $90. Currently it is unpaid. It has an age of 0 days. It's considered current. If you look up here, you can see the balance shows that the customer owes $90. Now from this page, again, you can receive payments. So let's go ahead and receive a payment for this invoice. Now we're not going to get too deep into this screen just because we are going to have a separate payments video. But just for the sake of brevity, you have two options up here. You can process a payment. This would be if the customer gives you a payment method that you can then use to pay the invoice with, or a cash receipt. Cash receipt essentially being any source of payment that you receive outside of our system. So you're not processing it through invoice. Let's say you had a customer give you money over the table, or if they gave it to you through Venmo or PayPal or another third-party system that you just don't have set up with Invoiced, you would submit a cash receipt just showing that you received it. As you can see, there's various different options: check, credit card, direct debit. But just keep in mind, cash receipt payment does not process through our system. That is outside of the system. Now let's say that this customer, we're actually going to have them overpay so I can kind of show you how credits work. So we're going to say that they gave us $100 and they're paying their bill, they're paying this invoice in the amount of $90. They're going to pay that off, but we did receive $10 extra. In a lot of cases, we can't give that back to the customer just because they gave us a check or they sent us a wire transfer, so you're kind of stuck with that money. So in this case, you're going to want to add an overpayment. And it kind of generates there that overpayment of $10. So putting that information in, we have that set up. Everything's fully balanced out, so we can go ahead and hit create. Now let's look at what they did here. So once we received that payment, the balance of this invoice went to 0. The age is checked off, it's paid in full, this invoice is done. When we look up here, we have a balance of 0, but now we have a credit of $10. So what happened here? Well, if you receive an overpayment and there's no other invoice for that overpayment to go to, or if you just receive it flat out through a payment, you are going to get a credit balance on the account. That's essentially where it goes. If you click on the credit, it shows you the date of when you received it. This is kind of a balance history, so before it was 0, now it's $10. Additionally, if you click on payments, you can see here that we had our payment today, method other, source keyed, which means that you manually put it in for that $100.